Let's get it. It's an absolutely beautiful day here in the Carolinas, and I'm so glad to see it. I hope everyone is well and that you're able to get out and enjoy this day like I am. As we always say, getting in some fresh air, some sunshine, and hopefully some exercise in. And as always, we do have a great thought we wanted to share. And it's one coming from the final chapter of James. Today we're in the final chapter, which is James 5. And we're in the final verses, which is 13 through 20. And we have two thoughts for today, coming out of the two last thoughts that we are seeing in James. And I misspoke yesterday or the day before, and I said that James 5 has like 3 major topics, but in actuality it's 4. And one of the topics is found in just one verse. So we're going to include that in our thoughts for today. And the thought is, prayer is powerful. Well, the first thought is, prayer is powerful. And the second thought is restoration. Restoration. And as I said, we're in the book of James, 5th chapter, 13 through 20. And the heading of this thought is the power of prayer. Are any of you suffering hardships? You should pray. Are any of you happy? You should sing praises. Are any of you sick? You should call for the elders of the assembly to come and pray over you, anointing you with oil in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach. Such a prayer offered in faith will heal the sick, and the Most High will make you well. And if you have committed any sin, you will be forgiven. Confess your sins to each other and pray for each other so that you may be healed. The earnest prayer of a righteous person has great power and produces wonderful results. Elijah was as human as we are. And yet when he prayed earnestly that no rain would fall, none fell for 3.5 years. Then when he prayed again, the sky sent down rain and the earth began to yield its crops. What a powerful thought. And that final thought is found in the last verse, the 20th verse. And I said restoration, but the heading under this thought is restore wandering believers. My brothers and sisters, if someone among you wanders away from the truth and is brought back, you can be sure that whoever brings the sinner back from wandering will save that person from death and bring about the forgiveness of many sins. Oh boy, what a good thought. And that concludes our reading of James, which I would love to say that I really love James's writing. James is somewhat like myself, if I may say, very straight to the point and don't really mind telling the truth. We see that all through his 5 chapters of how he told the truth. He didn't bite his tongue, put it that way. But we're going to get on up and get this workout in, and we'll speak on this thought as we go. So let's get it. It's an absolutely gorgeous day here in the Carolinas. And as always, I'm glad to see it. I can't say that enough. That's why I repeat it over and over. Because I asked the Most High about that. I said, well, can I change up my introduction? So it seems so, what's the word? Outused or used up, repetitive. And he came back and said, that's the point. You mean everything you say, don't you? You glad to see another day, ain't you? I don't mean this out of no disrespect to the Most High, but he can be very funny and somewhat snappy. No disrespect now, I don't want to hear no crazy comments, because he is. He has a very sound sense of humor, to put it lightly. And like I said, it's just gorgeous out today. And see, all the men know exactly what I'm saying when I say gorgeous. Because there are some pretty women, there are some fine women, but then you meet one like my wife, oh boy, who is absolutely gorgeous. And see, there ain't no in between. It's either you are or you're not. And see, that's how every day the Most High makes, to me, it's gorgeous. Especially since I have this new, vision. Because before I didn't see every day as a great day, as a beautiful day. I wasn't finding the beauty in each day. But now I get up and I start my day with him just like I thought for today. Prayer is powerful. See, it changed my whole outlook. And as I was just saying, prayer changed my whole outlook on life itself, period. Because I was introduced to life. See, without the Most High in your life, Yahushua, you're not living. And I had to come and find that out here in my latter years. After that major stroke, everything changed. And yes, I knew the Most High. I've been knowing him all my life. Being raised in the church, having a preaching grandfather, a preaching mama, father's family all in the church. And see what that did, it taught me a basic foundation. But it didn't teach me to know the Most High as intimate as I should. And I should say I knew him very well. I'm not gonna lie, I knew him very well. But I didn't know him in certain persons or offices. And what I mean by that, I hadn't known him as a healer yet. I hadn't known him as a deliverer yet. Because even though I knew him, I was still dibbling and dabbling with dope all my life. Marijuana, blow, alcohol, hard liquor, pop pills. But see, all those things are over because I've come to know him as a deliverer. And I come to know him, like I said, as a healer after that stroke. Because I'm supposed to be dead about 5 years this month. But the Most High saw fit to give me life. And now I have it more abundantly. And see, I say all of this because I learned how to talk to him more intimately. Just as we're talking now. I learned how to tell the Most High every intimate thing that was in my heart and on my mind. And more importantly, my downfalls. Just like this text says today, if you have a sin in your life, tell it to other folks. More importantly, tell it to the Most High. But when you tell it to other folks, what you're doing is And family, I think it's very important to mention when we're talking about prayer, for me to say that it has to become the norm in your life, or a normal. And what I mean by that is, from the time I have a sense of consciousness in the mornings, I'm searching for the Most High's presence. And a lot of times, this is without a single word, but I'm searching for him with my spirit. Because 9 times out of 10, he's waking me up anyway. And most of the time it's with a script. And like I was saying, most of the time it's with a text out of his holy writings. And a lot of times not. It's just a get up, Robert. Let's get it. See, what I've learned about prayer is done or handled just like any other relationship in your life. See, what the Most High told me a long time ago. He said, you finished. Well, I call myself praying. He said, just talk to me. He said, just talk to me. And see, just like I talk to this camera, having faith that someone is gonna be on the other end watching, we have to have the same faith that the Most High is always there and always listening. So he's there when nobody else will be there on the other end of this camera. So I'm gonna pass on some of the greatest advice I can give you. And that is, just talk to him. Just talk to him. And see, that's why the text says, for those that come to him must know that he is, and that he is a rewarder of those that diligently seek him. And see, what that means is, when you put in that time consistently in prayer, then you're gonna start seeing results. He's gonna reward you with his presence. And see, a lot of times folks think rewards means physical gifts, prosperity. And see, a lot of times, most of the time, if not all the time, the Most High has to have a sense that he can trust you before he bless you with anything. Yeah. The power of prayer. And see, like I was saying, the Most High ain't gonna trust just anybody with his goods. See, you have to be like Yahusha at your father's business. And see, what I'm learning is, he's not trusting everybody with his most important good, or goods, if you want to call it that. And that's his presence. Oh boy. I'd rather have anything. I mean, I'd rather have the Most High's presence more than anything. And that's a solid statement. And I have been tested on that fact. And probably will more since I said it again. But I'm going to double down on that. I'd rather have the Most High's presence more than anything. Ain't that what David said? Don't take your Ruach HaKodesh from me. I echo that sentiment. Don't take your presence away from me. Because you see, it was that voice that I kept hearing when I was in that hospital. And it was that voice that I kept hearing when I was in that rehab. And when I had to get up and go and walk after they had just amputated my toes. And I kept hearing them say, I'm right here with you. Keep getting it, keep pushing. Stay focused on me and my voice. I never leave you or forsake you, no matter what's going on or what you see. And the Most High just reminded me of that, of how we're to follow Yahushua's lead and how he always stealed away and went to pray. He always slid away from the crowd or got up early in the mornings and went to pray. So why would he do that? You might ask. I know I've asked it. And it's because that was the source of his strength and power, and more importantly, his directioning. You see, when Yahushua got up and prayed and spent time with the Most High, the Most High imparted into his spirit the power. And that's why we say today that prayer is powerful, because it literally moves mountains, as Yahushua taught them also how to do. But I'm so ecstatic about this idea today, because this is right down my lane, as I am an intercessor, what they call a prayer warrior. Keep it simple, I love to talk to the Most High. So we're gonna jump on this bike, Most High willing, get us 5 or more in, and take it to the highs. And as we love to say around this time, stay up and keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom. Thank you, Most High. And what it is, see, the text says, as soon as that word is sown in the heart, and here comes Hasatan to try to steal that word. Because the Most High ain't no lie. Like we were just saying, he's a rewarder of them that seek him. So if you call on him and you coming to him proper like, then he's gonna come and see what's going on with you. He's gonna come see about you. But the thing about that is, just like when Yahushua approached those legion inside of that one man, it was like, what you want to come steal in our house for? come evicting us. What would you have to do with us? I think he said. They said. So it's going to be the same with folks that come to the Most High and wander off. And see, I think a lot of times it is, folks didn't think it was what it was. They didn't think it is what it was when they got there and met him. See, sometimes when folks come to the Most High, they understand that it's going to cost them. They say, oh no, this is not what I thought. I thought it was going to be a cakewalk. I thought it was going to be easy going from here. I didn't know it was going to cost me. And on top of cost me, I didn't know it was going to cost me everything. I thought I could come to the Most High, give him all my trash and take all his good, continue on with my way of doing things. But no, that's where a lot of people's mistake is. See, I'm not the type of fellow that's gonna tell you that once you come to the Most High, it's gonna be easy thereafter. I'm gonna say it this way, it's gonna be easier than the road you're on now and the path you're walking now. Of total defeat daily. But see, just like I said in the beginning, when I came to the Most High, I found a new vision for my life, new understanding of what life really was about. And it's not about me. See, that's what that stroke, open heart surgery, brain surgery, and 3 toes amputated was all about. It was a hard lesson that basically taught me that it's not about me. It's all about other folks. Well, it's all about the Most High and his love for all of our brothers and sisters. Not just me individually. And thank the Most High, yes, he loves us individually. However, he wants us to be an example to the world like Yahushua was.